Hi, this is Joe from Joe's Tech Bits, here with another video. I'd like to show you how to back up your system and the importance of backing up. So that's why I'm calling this one Backup, Backup, Backup. And here we go. When it comes to backing up your system or systems, you need somewhere to put the data. One way is to put it on a flash drive, an external device. And here I have some pictures. You'll see in the middle of the 32 gigabyte USB flash drive. That's probably the most common thing that most people think of as a flash drive, which it is. But there's other ways to save data off of your system. To the very left, there's a little mini card reader, and inside that card reader is a 256 micro SD card. That holds a lot of data for its little size. You'd be surprised. The third from the right, or left, second from the right, is another type of card reader that'll handle either a micro SD or a regular SD card. That's good like for camera usage and things like that. Also, you can back up data to that card and you can get pretty good size SD cards. Finally, on the very right is my favorite. One of the newest things out right now is SSD drives, and there's a lot of different types. This one here is a 500 gigabyte external SSD that plugs into your USB, and it becomes part of your system when it's plugged in, and you can copy, backup, or whatever to that. My choice is the external SSD drive, which stands for solid state drive. It's easy to use. It's very lightweight to carry around if you want to use it on different PCs or other machines. And they're relatively cheap right now. They're getting cheaper all the time. There's no moving parts in the SSD. They're very reliable, and they're much, much faster than a normal mechanical hard drive. Besides backing up on a hardware device, there are many, many cloud services where you can back up your data and restore it from the internet. I've tried several of those. Here's a few that you can get some free space to save your data, but you're limited to a certain amount of space. After you go over that, then you have to pay for it. The problem I found is that you back up to an online service, and if you need to restore something, sometimes it's very, very slow getting the information back down from the internet. So that's the reason I like to keep with hard drives or whatever that are local. There's a lot of good software that you can use to back up your system, but Windows has software built in called File History, which you can use as a very good tool. I'm going to plug in my hard drive, my 500 gig hard drive, and it's the Passport, and it is coming in with the letter F assigned, which is the next letter that is available on my system. So I just like to open that, and you can see I already have some folders and files on the drive. but there should be a little room for me to show you what I'd like to demonstrate. So if we go down here to the Start button and then click on the gear, the Settings gear, then when we get up our menu, go to Update and Security, and right in the middle of the page you see the Backup selection. We'll back up, go to Backup, and as you see, the top has an option for you to back up to your OneDrive. Now, the OneDrive is a cloud drive that comes with Windows, and you have to sign in with your Microsoft ID. But once you do that, you have a certain amount of data that you can back up. However, it's not a whole lot. I think it's either 5 or 15 gigabytes. But after that, if you reach the limit, then you have to buy more storage. If you like the OneDrive and want to use that and don't mind paying for it, that's a good option. But what I'd like to show you is right here, backup using file history. Now this is the function that's built into Windows, and it's pretty good. You have a lot of options. So let me first of all add a drive, because it doesn't have a drive set up. Going to search for drives, and you see the first one that come up is my F drive, which is my passport drive, which is the SSD drive. So I'm going to click on that, and now it automatically will back up my files. But let me show you what you can do with the options. I'd like to show you what the options look like in the file history. But if you look first here, there's a button here. You can turn file history on and off right from here. So if I click that, it turns it off. And if I click it again, it turns it on. Now if we go to more options, takes a little while to get there, but it's not too bad. Now we see size of backup. It'll show information on your last backup. And since we didn't have one yet, it has 0 bytes. It does show our SSD drive, the F drive, and it shows today's date for the last backup. So if we do a backup, it would back up and have today's date on it. Now we can click backup now, and it'll back up my system files and folders. But I'd like to show you some of the options here. You can choose it when to back up, anywhere from 10 minutes to daily. I think I'll put daily in here because I'm not going to have a lot to back up. If you had a lot more to back up, I would pick a shorter time period and it'll back up your data automatically. Now you can say how long to keep your backups, and that would be until space is needed, or anything anywhere from a month to forever. I'll leave mine on forever. Now here's the important part here. You can add folders to this list. This is the default list of folders that will be backed up. Now, I don't think I want to back up all these folders right now. What I can do is click on each one and remove the ones I don't want to back up. I paused the video, but while it was paused, I removed a whole bunch of these folders except for pictures and documents and music. And I think I'm going to remove music also. And again, this doesn't do anything to the folder. It just removes it from your backup. And if I wanted to re-add a folder that I maybe deleted accidentally or it wasn't in that original list, I can click here and look for a folder. Let's see, let's pick this one, flowers. Now that's added. Of course, that folder happens to be in the pictures folder, so it's kind of double backup. So I'm just going to take this one out. Now you can also exclude a folder. Let's see, if we go here and look for a folder on our C drive, let's say this Dell folder, we don't want to back that up. So we can choose that. Of course, if it's not in this top list, it won't back up either. So there is our folder that's excluded. So for the first time backing up, all we have to do is click on the Backup Now button here, and it will start backing up. Now I will pause this while it's backing up and get back to you in a minute. Now the backup's finished. Of course, it was only two small folders, a small pictures folder and a small documents folder. But I just wanted to do that for an example. But as you see, the size of the backup was only 90.4 megabytes. There again is my F drive where it went to back up, and there's a date of the backup that I did. So what I'd like to do now is show you where that went. We click on my Passport F drive. You can see that a file history folder was created here that wasn't here before. If I open that and go through the subfolders down to the last one, this is configuration. We don't have to do anything of that. But if we look at the data folder here, one of the folders under that is a C folder, and that is our C drive. So we'll go into users, and Studio is the username. And you see we have our documents and pictures. So if you look here, if we open that, we have all our fishing pictures, and we can then open the other one, and you can see that this file history saves the whole file. It does not compress them and make it hard for you to open the file unless you have the original software. I can open any one of these and see it and do anything I want with it. So we'll close that. Now if we go, you probably don't want to go through all that just to get a file, but you can go here again on the backup display and say restore from the current backup. And now you see our two folders, and we have two folders here which are basically library folders. It's kind of like a duplicate of these. If you open this, you'll see everything in that folder, and also if you open this one. Now suppose I wanted to restore these. Say I want to restore the pictures folder. I'll always select it, and I'll click the arrow down here, and what it will do, it will put it back where it was backed up from. Now, since that folder and files are all still there, it's going to remind you that there's those folders with the same names, and you can either replace them over top of the folders that are there, skip these, or you can decide for yourself. And this will show you a list of all the files in that folder, and you can decide if there's one that you want to replace if you see one that might be different. I'm just going to cancel that one for now. So that's the way you can take your backup and restore it right from file history. We have some advanced settings if you click here under related settings, and what you can do if you don't want to back up individual folders, there's a way you can back up the whole drive, your whole system and data files together in what's called a system image. And if you go here at the bottom left and click, and you can come up here to create a system image, and it'll go out and look for your available hard drive with enough space. I know right now the SSD doesn't have enough space because I have some other things on there, but you can see you got a warning that there's not enough free space on the drive. In any case, if you create a system image backup, it takes a point in time, that particular time that you did it, and it takes everything and puts it in one big file, and you can at a later date restore that file to where it was at that particular point in time. Now keep in mind that you need to, if you have any additions or deletions from your files, they won't be in that system image. You only have exactly what was there at that point in time. But it's a great way to keep a good backup in case you have a major crash on your system. And remember again, you can't back up to the same drive that you're backing up. If you're backing up from your C drive, you need to have another area to back up to. You can back up to an external drive, a cloud drive, a network drive, or any other device that's not your C drive. But the important thing is, make sure you have some way to back up your data. If you go out and search the internet, you'll find probably 50 to 100 good backup programs. A lot of them are free. The free ones are usually limited, but there's a lot of good paid ones out there too that you can get. So just go out and check around and you'll find one. Try them out and see. You'll find one that you'll like to use. So this is Joe from Joe's Tech Bits saying we'll see you again next time. Hopefully you liked this video and got something out of it. Please leave a comment, and a thumbs up would help, and even if you'd like to subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. I would like to see you next time. I'll leave you with this last thought: back up, back up, back up. Make sure you do it somehow, some way, and I will see you again on the next video, and have a great day.